Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after a position of need? We've seen a Houston Texan be taken already in the draft. 2 words here: difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers now on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Time running out here on the play clock. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to rifle and got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the...
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits that billing. Oh, and that's a key upgrade right there. He's versatile, athletic, and a big upgrade over what they had. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see him again. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? Boy, a tough choice here, but one that any organization would love to have. How do you go wrong with these three guys? One Steeler's been selected already, and it probably wouldn't be a surprise to see a second go here. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to them or go after someone who can help you up front? And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can. Maybe not a huge upgrade over what they had already, but they're certainly building up some depth there. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger.
Do you have what it takes to make it through 40 levels? This is Gauntlet. All right, keep cool. You still got 5 lives left. Hey, Listen up. Here's your extra life challenge. See, I would have passed this, but you didn't, and you got 4 lives left. All right, let's get this thing in gear. We've got 3 lives left. We're all rooting for you. Come on. You've got 2 lives left. You have 1 life remaining.